The final episode of Virgin River Season 4 gave fans what they had been expecting for a long time, and that's a perfect cliffhanger that's centered around a few of the main characters' relationships. And as fans await the release of Season 5, it is worth wondering where all the relationships will stand going forward. Keep watching this video as I'll be giving you all the information you need. What you need to know: Virgin River Season 4 ended just over a month ago, but the season finale was definitely one to remember. This is because it was packed with surprises that most fans would find shocking. But what would a good show be without a few love stories here and there? These relationships have got the fans hooked, which is why they are more than eager to know how things will pan out in Season 5, considering the way Season 4 ended, of course. That being said, let's not waste any more time. I'll be discussing some of the most prominent relationships on the show and where they all stand after Season 4. I must warn you though, if you've not seen Season 4, buckle up for some major spoilers. The first relationship we're going to look at is that of Mel and Jack. Those who have seen the show already know how they quickly went from being best pals to lovers. Their union was quite intriguing and probably the most talked about on the show. Season 3 ended with Jack having to deal with Charmaine's constant issues just so he could be there for his twins when they were born. But he received a huge shocker in the middle of his proposal to Mel when she cut him off, only to tell him that the babies might not be his. It took a while for Jack to shake this off, but the penultimate episode of Season 4 saw Jack make one more attempt at a proposal. This time, Mel said yes. Viewers thought everything would be all good from there, but the drama wasn't over, because along came Charmaine, who had to spoil it by telling Jack that he wasn't the father. This was quite unexpected because before Charmaine's intrusion, Jack and Mel had done a paternity test that proved that Jack was indeed the father of the twins. So Jack and Mel are cool for now, but there's no way Charmaine's comment will not cause some issues down the line. We'll have to see how the couple handles the situation in Season 5, as it will surely be a major talking point. Coming next is the relationship between Jack and Charmaine. Most fans had thought that Jack and Charmaine had put their troubles behind them during the course of Season 4. For a while, it seemed like Charmaine had lost interest in claiming the twins, and we got no more threats from her new husband Todd about it either. Jack and Charmaine had planned the twins' shower together, and it seemed like they were on a solid footing, at least up to the point where she dropped the season-ending bomb on him. Jack was obviously founded when Charmaine said the babies weren't his, and we can expect the two to have a serious conversation about the matter right at the start of Season 5. Next up is the relationship between Charmaine and Todd. The relationship between these two is actually one of the most puzzling on the show. After Todd made his debut in Season 3, he was almost lost in the following season, as his appearances were quite scanty. In fact, if Charmaine hadn't mentioned his name a few times, fans might have forgotten that he even existed. Speaking of mentions, one of them came before she confessed to Mel and Jack about the babies. Charmaine said, and I quote, "He's going to leave me." This makes me believe that she had also lied to Todd about her twins' paternity, and after finding out the truth, he stormed out on her, which in turn led her to freak out in the season finale. Season 5 should tell us more about what will happen to their marriage. Next on the list is Lizzie, Ricky, and Danny's relationship. In the third season of Virgin River, Lizzie called off her hard-won romance with Ricky when she discovered that he had signed up for the Marines and was going to leave to begin his training. Not that serving one's country is bad, it's just that he didn't tell her about it before he made the decision. Interestingly, Lizzie seemed okay with being single at the start of Season 4, even though Ricky did his best to win her back. Sadly for Ricky, his efforts were fruitless, especially now that Lizzie was becoming close to Danny. Unfortunately for Lizzie, Danny confessed to her that he was battling a life-threatening illness. This means we can expect some emotional difficulties between the two going forward. For now, we don't know how this news will affect their relationship, but I bet we'll find out when Season 5 premieres. The fifth relationship we're going to look at is that of Preacher, Paige, and Julia. The Preacher was always coming close to being destroyed by one problem or the other throughout the 4 seasons of Virgin River. This was after finding out that his love interest, Paige, was on the run from her abusive ex-husband and helping her conceal his body when a brutal argument led to his death. And after the heart-skipping Season 3 finale saw Preacher drugged and left in the woods while trying to help Paige again, he managed to see himself to safety and began to form a bond with his pretty Aikido instructor Julia. As if Paige hasn't caused Preacher enough trouble already, she popped up on him again, right in the middle of a date he was having with Julia. Honorably, Julia stepped aside to allow Preacher to help Paige again, and now it seems Paige's dangerous former brother-in-law was out of the picture. All might be finally well with her, and she might now be ready to have a real relationship with Preacher. This leaves Preacher caught in the middle of being with Paige, who he loves but has caused him so much headache, or Julia, with whom he's just beginning to bond. Season 5 will let us know how that works out between the three of them. Next up is the relationship between Bree and Brady. There's no way we'd make this video without talking about Bree and Brady, as the relationship between them never seems to go smoothly. In Season 4, Bree worked with Mike to get Brady out of jail and clear his name by proving that he wasn't the one that shot Jack. She grew closer to Brady from there, so much that she felt comfortable telling him of how her ex-boyfriend forcefully slept with her. Bree's dangerous ex might no longer turn up in Virgin Virgin River, but Brady has a new boss who seems to be a lot more dangerous and better connected in the drug business, which he's been trying so hard to get away from. And while Bree and Brady have solidified their romance, they could be faced with more life-threatening situations in Season 5 thanks to Brady's new boss. Last but definitely not least on the list is the relationship between Hope and Doc. Hope and Doc have managed to get back together, but unfortunately, they've both been struggling with Hope's recovery from her traumatic brain injury from her car accident. They also have Denny's arrival to deal with. This wouldn't have been much of a problem except for the fact that he's being secretive about his medical condition, which makes him look suspicious for most of the season. They eventually find out about Denny's condition, and Season 5 is expected to see them help him deal with it, just as Hope will also continue with her recovery process. So guys, that's all I have for you regarding how all the major relationships stand at the end of Virgin River Season 4. And the only way we'll know how things turn out is by watching Season 5 when it drops. That being said, let's get into some interesting Virgin River Season 5 news. When will Virgin River Season 5 be out? Virgin River Season 4 ended with some major cliffhangers, leaving fans eager to sink their teeth into Season 5 when it premieres. According to Netflix, the 5th season was initially meant to begin production in March 2022, but it was delayed for unspecified reasons. Thankfully, production has officially kicked off, and according to Netflix, the new season should be ready by the end of November 2022. But even then, the streaming company has yet to announce an official release date. Nonetheless, I suspect it will be out around the summer of 2023. But since production has already kicked off, it may come earlier than expected. My suspicions are based on the comment of showrunner Patrick Sean Smith, who said, and I quote, "I hope the next season comes out next year. I don't know when." He also said that he hopes Season 5 will feel like the previous seasons, although with a better exploration of the characters we know and love from the previous seasons. What do you think about all the cliffhangers at the end of Season 4? And how do you think they will continue to play out in Season 5? Let us know via the comment section, and while you're down there, please give this video a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more entertainment news like this.